Welcome back to the 12 Clays of Christmas. Today, on day 12, I'm finishing the series with a striking woodpecker, bold, bright and full of character, perched proudly on its wintry log. This one is bigger than the others, almost tennis ball sized, and it really let me play with texture, colour and shape in a way the smaller ornaments didn't. I start with a rolled piece of clay for the tree trunk the bird will be sitting on. Once I'm happy with the shape, I begin carving bark textures into the surface to make it look natural and worn. Then I take another piece of clay and gently shape the body and head with my fingers. Honestly, the best sculpting tools we've ever been given. There's something really charming about woodpeckers. They look delicate, but they're tough little birds. Winter doesn't scare them at all. I form the wings next, pressing and smoothing them into place with a silicone tool. For the tail, I flatten a small piece of clay and shape it before attaching it to the back. The tail acts like a tripod leg. They brace it against the tree as they climb, which is why it often has such a strong, rigid shape. I roll out clay for the legs and add them in, but I decide to cut away the lower half and reshape them because they just weren't sitting right. Even in winter, woodpeckers stay surprisingly active. They don't migrate. They cling to their forests all year round, relying on hidden insects and tree sap. Because they stay through winter, they're one of the few birds you might still hear when everything else goes quiet. I also add more clay to the belly to give the bird a softer, fuller shape. The toes are cut from a thin rolled strip of clay, each one shaped and bent carefully into place so they grip around the log. Did you know woodpeckers can drum on trees up to 20 times per second, and their skull is specially cushioned to withstand the impact? It's like they're built for percussion. Then I add the beak, refine the eyes, and begin adding all the tiny feather details with a needle tool. I love how quickly the personality shows up with woodpeckers. The moment the beak and eyes go on, it suddenly looks like it's got somewhere important to be. This one might be the biggest ornament in the series, but somehow it still feels gentle, especially once the black and white markings start to appear. I've learned so much across these 12 days, new textures, new painting tricks, new ways to work small. Even this woodpecker taught me a couple of things. Once everything is dry, I begin with a black wash all over the whole piece. This helps bring out every little detail. I paint the log in warm browns first, then start layering white onto the woodpecker, following my reference photo closely so the natural pattern looks right. It feels a bit surreal painting the very last piece of this series. 12 tiny sculptures, each completely different, but all fitting together like a little winter family. If you've watched all 12 days, thank you. It means the world. Starting a channel can feel scary, but sharing these little sculptures has honestly been such a joy. Black is added next, building those iconic patches of contrast. The eyes are painted a deep black, and under the tail I add that beautiful bright red. These black and white sections are surprisingly calming to paint. It's almost like filling in a natural pattern that's been there waiting under the clay. Woodpecker markings look sharp, but they're actually very soft when you look closely. Their feathers blend into each other beautifully. The red patch you see on many woodpeckers isn't just for looks. It can play a role in attracting mates or showing maturity. I refine all the black and white sections, making sure the markings are bold and clean. Then I come back to the log and add different tones of brown and hint of green for a more natural woodland feel. The eyes get tiny white highlights, and finally I brush a soft grey-blue wash all over the whole sculpture to tie the tones together and give it that crisp winter look. For the bauble, I add red glitter into the back half to create a warm festive glow. The front half gets glue and a layer of clay so the log can sit at an angle. I press the woodpecker into place, add moss and a sprinkle of paper snow, and then close the bauble to finish this final ornament of the series. And that's it, the final piece of the 12 Clays of Christmas. It's been such a cozy little journey creating these tiny winter creatures every day, and I'm so grateful you've been here with me. Do you have a favourite piece from the whole series? Or maybe a sculpture you'd love to see me revisit in a bigger, more detailed version next year? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching the 12 Clays of Christmas. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to join me for all the new sculptures coming in the new year. See you soon.